here's the chart. Here's the birth of Adam. Here's the Old Testament age. 4,000 years or 4 days expired, and Jesus came. Now, think about this. I'll give you a little story. When Jesus knew that Lazarus was sick, what was his response? He didn't do anything. He sat there, and he waited for him to die. It's like Lazarus is sick, and Jesus said, oh no, Lazarus is really bad sick. He's dead. He's like worse than sick. Jesus deliberately waited for Lazarus to die. Now, let me just throw in a little practical Bible blessing for you today. You've asked God to help you in certain areas of life. You've asked God to cure some disease. You've asked God to remove some terrible, grotesque sin that you commit. Something you don't like anymore. Something that you hate about yourself. You've asked God to remove it. Is it in God's power to do such a thing? Absolutely. God can do that. God has done that. Did Jesus just wait for everybody to die before he did something for them? No. He cured, who was it, Jairus' daughter? He healed people of infirmities. The pool of Siloam, healed that guy. But for Lazarus, he waited for him to die. Now, I think that God certainly has the ability to cure and heal my body. God has the ability to fix things that are wrong in my brain, in my mind. God has the ability and has taken sins out of our life. But some things God just waits for. And you've asked God, God, I need this done. God, I need help in this area. God, I don't want to do this anymore. God, will you fix me? God, will you heal me? God, will you do this for me? And it's not that God is not going to do it. He is. But he's waiting for a certain time. Waiting for maybe something to die. And it could be anything. It could be the way you see certain people. That needs to die off. That needs to go away. Certain ideas that we hold in our mind about God or Bible doctrine or something like that, and God just says, oh, that just needs to die because it's not true. Or I'm one of these. I think the best healing that ever takes place is death. So if God, let's say that God cures your liver, that's wonderful. But you're going to die anyway, just not of liver. And maybe, just maybe, God is going to do a work in you that will be the most glorious thing that you and everybody you know has ever seen. But he's going to wait because you're not quite sick enough yet. You're not quite. He's waiting so that when he does this thing, it will be absolutely miraculous, glorious, and everybody's going to talk about it. Because they did after he raised Lazarus from the dead. That was the talk of the town. That's what got the Pharisees so scared of him. They were saying to themselves, guys, if this is true, we're in big trouble. It's amazing to me that none of the Pharisees, after seeing Lazarus back alive, none of the Pharisees ever said, I guess he's the Messiah. How was we supposed to know? None of them. They said, we got to kill this guy. But Lazarus was in the tomb how long? 4 days. David, the Lord is as 1,000 years, Peter said. In fact, Peter said it. David said, 1,000 years in thy sight are as but yesterday, O Lord. There's 3 witnesses right there. 4 days Lazarus is in the tomb. Consider from the birth of Adam, and Adam died. He brought death into the world by sin. And now Christ comes along. 4 days expired, and Christ now is going to bring people back to life after they've been in the tomb 4 days. 4 days, my friend, is dead. It's bad dead. Even the people around Jesus, when he said, take ye away the stone, they protested. They said, no, he stinketh already. Jesus is able to take things that are too far dead for anybody else to do, and he's able to do what no one can do, and that is bring them back to life. 4 days. Now, here's why I say this. Let's move the calendar up a couple thousand years. Let's start from the covenant given to Abraham, which, according to what we can see in the Bible, was given 2,000 years before Christ, 4,000 years from today. You see a pattern? From Adam to Christ's first coming, 4 days. He comes at the beginning of the 5th day. From Abraham to his second coming, 4 days expire. The beginning of the 5th millennium, which would be the millennial reign.